Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Insurmountable, here on one of our side quests where we need to go reach the scientist who hopefully is by that point up there. Something tells me he's not going to be. But we're going to start the process today, that's for sure, and hopefully we'll find some useful things along the way. There's a little bit of dangerous terrain that we're going to have to cross, but I think that's just inevitable, especially here at the start. But hopefully we don't have any major injuries right at the beginning of our climbs. That would be somewhat troublesome, but we're going to head up to that item up there, because now that we're actually out and about here, we can actually collect some more things. Keep an eye out for caves, because I'd rather not use our tent yet, because I don't know if we're going to need to get down from this area as well. You catch a scent on the wind. You follow your nose, and behind some rocky peaks you discover a patch of dingy-looking tent. Next to the tent, the glowing embers of a campfire emit a thin plume of smoke. You look around for several miles. I'm going to call out, see if we can find them. You call out, you call again, still nothing. You briefly consider plundering the tent, but you decide against it. The stranger who owns the tent probably won't be take too kindly to find the position stone when they return. Honestly understandable. Let's go up here. Oh, it's a little bit of a way, but it's not terrible, that's for sure. There's a lot of not very fun rock here at all. I really don't want to take an early injury. It doesn't seem like there's many other ways across, so we're just going to have to deal with it. Your breath is taken away. Towering in front of you, the slope hold bizarrely shaped masses of ice and snow, and several tents not far away. Who set up camp here? And you call out, but no one answers. Let's approach the camp, see if we can find anything. The ice crushes beneath your boots. Every step you take could be lost. You close your eyes. Finally, you reach your goal. The camp has been abandoned without a soul in sight, but we do find some equipment. We find ourselves a hiking staff, so that's reduced energy, reduced time when on flat terrain. I don't know if we're going to need it at the moment, but we will take it nonetheless. Okay, so we can do increased oxygen per hour, but that's probably okay. Whenever you reach a point of interest insanity, we'll take the controlled breathing actually, just in case we need a little bit more oxygen. We also have this down here, the sprint, but I don't know if that's particularly worthwhile at the moment. The terrain here doesn't look particularly friendly, I must admit. So we're going to go around a slightly longer way in an effort to not have any issues. I also need to look out for a cave to spend the night in. You just discover a tree. You don't know how I can survive this altitude, but it comforts you. We'll also take the risk and go on to here. You discover an intact tent. There's nobody inside, but the embers in the fire pits are still glowing. I'm not going to steal from someone who's still actively there. There's a cave up there, but that would take us most of the rest of the night to get to. Are there any other caves closer by? It doesn't really seem as much. We'll head over this way though. I don't mind doing some travelling at night, I just need to watch my energy levels. And of course it is colder at night as well, that's something we need to bear in mind. Go that way, and go this way, go like this. Not too many issues there. We'll probably have to use our tent here on the first night, I think. The wishing tree, you don't know why, but you wait for a wish, and we're going to wish for our energy back. I think it's important. I don't know if we lose Santi when we kind of go through the night, but it's probably not best to test that. Oh, goodness me, don't stop that, don't go on that weird route. That's an interesting route forward, though. If we do that, it's relatively hidden, a relatively hidden path, but it does get us up much higher quite quickly. And then we can think, and there's a cave nearby as well, so we can sleep through to the next part of the day. I think that's what we will do. We'll head to that cave and we'll sleep there. I don't know if we'll need to sleep for a long time or a short time, but we'll see. You enter an extensive network of caves. Towards the end, you notice an extinguished campfire. Lying in front of it is a stranger bundled up in a fur blanket. I really hope that's not a bear. You approach the mountaineer, but he doesn't react. You bend over and gently shake him. He murmurs something incomprehensible and rolls over to his other side. He doesn't seem to want to talk to you. Okay, well, we're going to lie down and sleep. I think we will sleep. Do we want to sleep for a long time or a short time? We'll sleep for a long time, I think, just to get our energy back. It's important that we do so. We do get our energy back. especially as we're about to go into storm weather here. We can also level up, which is good. This is a 48-hour effect, 24 hours. I'd prefer something which is a bit more long period, but I'm going to take the preserve energy just because I think keeping our energy as low as possible is useful. There's another cave there. I can't quite remember where we're trying to get to. It's somewhere up there, but it's very hard to see anything. I wonder if we can we safely make it up here? We'll go up that way anyway, because I think trying to find things is going to be useful, even if it becomes a potential cost of bad events. You come across the ruined foundations of a former dwelling. Herbs growing in a recess just about as... Oh my goodness, can't speak. Just as you're about to gather them, a protruding stone gathers your eye. Gathers your eye? Goodness me, what am I saying today? It's because I was reading Gather the Herbs. It looks like it can be moved, some sort of switch, perhaps. We will flip the switch, but that's a big use of our energy. Damn. You push the switch, but it jams. You press it harder until beads of sweat are formed on your head. There's a click and a clack. The secret compartment ends up the floor. You bend down. There are several fragments of stone bearing unknown characters. They're fascinating, but you must move on. If nothing else to give us some experience, there's another cave down there which we could potentially go for. We're going to have to head over this way anyway, it looks like. Somewhere up there is the beacon. Oh, I see it. Okay, there it is. Let's head over this way slightly. I don't know if we're going to sleep in the cave, so we'll just go there for now. Unless there's another cave nearby, I think we will take the cave rest. We could go there and back, but then we might not find another cave nearby. There's another cave up there. Okay, let's do that. There's another cave up there, and that would work on... means our body clock would be a little bit better, as we'd actually be able to sleep in the night time. And then hiking during the daytime, which is arguably the much better way to do things. I do need to watch my sanity. It's getting lower than I might perhaps like. As your gaze wanders up the towering vertical rock face, your eye is caught by cast iron rings, or pythons. You tilt your head all the way back. You may have the pythons lead to a small plateau. Why would have anyone gone to the effort of trying to reach it? Ooh. I'm going to take the gamble. Let's hope. That wasn't really worth it. The hooks creak alarmingly as you use them to pull yourself upwards. You hesitate to fall from this height could kill you. Slowly you creep up inch by inch until you finally reach the plateau and a shelter in the rocky niche. This place has provided refuge to mountaineers before you, and they left something behind. They left some canned food. But that also gets us a level up, so I'm not going to complain about that. This is active in all the mission. Fresh air, so time cost is reduced. I don't really mind time cost, I much prefer energy cost, to be honest. I don't mind time, I do however mind energy. That's the cave we're headed for. There's a little bit of danger, but otherwise it doesn't look too bad in the grand scheme of things. We're slowly getting closer to the mountain. It probably won't take us too much longer. Seems there's quite a few things we can pick up along the way here. Whether we'll need to, I don't know, but we will just sleep through the night, especially as it's stormy. We can explore the tunnel, which we will do. It's so dark that you can't see the hands in front of your face. We're going to step into the darkness, which feels like a terrible idea. We're going to turn around and not go any further. We're going to lie down and sleep. We will sleep through... Yeah, we'll sleep through because we need the energy back. We'll get our temperature hopefully a little bit back as well. That being said, our temperature and our sanity is not looking too good. Thankfully it is sunny tomorrow, so that should deal with any problems there. We're going to grab whatever this is. We find a control centre. A low building catches your attention. It's all integrated into the landscape, so you almost don't notice it. The architecture is modern and simple. Did the mysterious requires leave behind? As you approach the entrance, you hear a snarl coming from inside. We can look around but stay outside. Go inside. No, I'm not dealing with what I presume to be a polar bear. There's another one over here which we might have better luck on. I'm not dealing with a potential polar bear. That's not worth the risk, I would say. While moving through rough stony terrain, we twist our ankle. That's not the end of the world. That could be much, much worse. We find a closed container. A corrugated metal shipping container covered in rust. It's closed by means of a massive lock. Maybe the occupiers use it as a storage facility. You could try to break it open with a rock. I think we will attempt to do so. No luck. The lock remains undamaged. We'll keep trying. Even though the cost might not be worth it. But there's something there. An oxygen mask. Excellent. That will be worth having. We're not at death zone yet, but we're not too far away either. Can go up that way, but that doesn't feel all too secure. We're fairly close to the scientist here, so I think we're just going to take the fairly direct approach, even if it does come with some complications. But we might sleep the night to get our energy back, as we are now in the death zone. The air is getting thin, and your breath is heavy. You've entered the death zone. We're going to take it slow, probably, so we get some extra oxygen. Yeah, I'm going to take it slow. And I'm going to camp here for the night, because I don't want to deal with any issues with these problems here while we have low energy. That feels like a very unsafe thing to be doing. So we're going to lose some oxygen here, but that's okay. Do need to keep an eye on my sanity, however. So we'll probably head for that shrine there. That might give us what we need. In front of you, rocks and stones have been meticulously piled up to form a mound. The graves are far up here. I'm going to reflect and pay tribute to the dead, as I hope to get some sanity back. We lose some oxygen, we lose some temperature. Our temperature's getting very low indeed. Goodness me, we don't really have any tea, do we? Soon it's going to turn daytime, and then we are no longer in the, it will be back to normal temperature, so hopefully that won't have too many issues, but I do need to watch my energy and my body temperature. It's getting a little bit concerning. Sanity is also a problem. The problem is we're going with a lot less equipment this time and on much more difficult terrain. We can pray for health, we can pray for energy. We'll pray for energy. I'm very concerned about my body temperature. We'll go up there. Because again, it gets us closer to the summit. I don't know if we're going to need to go down again, but we'll have to see. Because there are many different ways to approach this place. Fresh snow is piled high ahead of you on a mountainside. There must have been an avalanche here recently. As you trudge through the heaps of snow, your gaze falls on a vacuum flask of teas half buried in the snow. We could dig, but we don't have enough energy to do that, so unfortunately probably Mountaineer is being trapped and killed underneath. It's too dangerous here. We will happily take the tea. We need the body temperature. How are we doing for oxygen? Oxygen I think we're still doing okay on. One more push, that gets us a bunch of oxygen. Well, that does knack our sanity a bit. I'm just going to take conserve strength, because our energy is lacking. I'm going to use our tea pretty much straight away here. I'm just a little bit concerned about our body temperature, and I don't know what we're going to have to face, if anything, on the way down again. Apparently we cannot go this way. Oh no, we can, okay. We'll head to here. Just keeping an eye on our body, on our energy. We can use sprint here, which might be worthwhile doing. Apparently there's no there's no direct path across. That's annoying. I kind of expected there to be one. Is that a cave down there? No, it's not. I don't particularly want to move in the night time, to be honest, especially when it's stormy. But we're going to have no choice but to sleep during the day. Just to get our energy back, we're going to need it. Hopefully the final push will make it without too much issue. We're going to sleep for a long time here. Our oxygen will go down, but we'll get our body temperature back up as well, which is important. We don't have much left on our 10, but if we do need to go down again, hopefully we can find some via our... Hopefully we can find a cave or something if we need to go descend as well. And somewhere around here we might even find the scientists we're looking for. Okay, we come across the remnants of a wall. A weathered stone wolf's head glares at you with lifeless eyes. I still examine the relic. That's a lot of things to sacrifice to get it there. I'm going to say no because we're en route to finish this. But if we do that, we're going to have to spend another night suddenly with, ensuring that we spend another night in our tent. I don't know if we want to attempt that for the time being. And here we are. We've made it to not a very high summit, but still a summit which had some issues. You made it to the area where the scientist has supposedly been spotted, even up to the top of the peak, but so far there's been no sight or sound of him. Maybe the young woman made it all up, but why would she do that? You take a short breather and notice a used oxygen bottle. Footprints lead away from it in the opposite direction from your path. Hope springs eternal. We gain a bunch of stuff back. And that's where we have to descend to. Right. Are there any caves that we can utilise? I saw there's one back there. But I don't really want to feel like I'm going backwards. That feels like a bad idea. In the meantime, we'll try do this, and hopefully we can find a cave en route. I mean, we still have one more use of our tent, so we can use that. I'm also thinking that we might use our sprint thing fairly soon. It's only a 2-hour duration though, so I've got to use it pretty effectively. And it certainly does help with our body temperature as well. There's something interesting over there. There's another closed container. I'm going to continue on because that takes a lot of energy to break into. Is that a safer route round? Arguably that's a safer and quicker route round, I would say. So we'll do that. I don't see any particularly close caves, to be honest, but we might still have to keep going. You encounter a mountaineer sitting listlessly on the icy ground. He does not seem to notice you. We give him an oxygen bottle, encourage him to stand up. How many oxygen bottles do we have? We have one. I think we're okay for oxygen. I'm going to give him one. As the mountaineer gets up slowly, he bows and starts to carefully climb down the mountain. He may well yet come back to save us, we'll have to see. Do we want to attempt that for what may not be worth it? No, let's go down and we'll stop off here on the way. Okay, it's daytime but now it's stormy. But I'm keen to try and make it through the day so we are actually sleeping during the night time. I'll take the energy from there. I'm trying to remind myself what I'm trying to get to. I can see the beacon up there. So now just climb up here so we have a better view of things. Okay, we have to cross some dangerous terrain. Your path leads you past a sheer wall with snow towering high on top of it. You're progressing carefully when you hear rumbling. An avalanche. Instinctively, you assume a crouching position and take a deep breath. With a blink of an eye, you feel the weight of the snow pinning you to the ground. Your only chance is to dig your way out. I'm going to dig slowly, because I feel like being calm is actually better than being panicked and fast. You know that in situations like this, you have to stay calm and use energy wisely. You wait a moment to make sure that the snow has actually come to a stop, then you dig carefully upwards inch by inch until your fist breaks through the snow cover and cold air rushes into your lungs. You've made it. We survived the avalanche, thank goodness. Okay, we're heading that way. Apparently we can make it all there in one trip. Interesting. Let's not go that far for the time being. There's something down there. So we'll head down that way. I'm just aware of our energy levels getting pretty low, but we do have some food we can use, should we need it. And there's quite a lot of food back at base camp from memory. Ah, the encounter. The mountaineer you helped earlier. He catches up with you. He notices your injury and offers you some healing herbs. Thankfully, sir. You eat the herbs and feel the strength return to your body. The mountaineer nods and leaves without another word. Thank you, sir. Also allows us to level up. I'm going to take... I'm going to take mindfulness just so we don't have any issues with sanity. We're doing okay for the time being, but that could easily change. Unless I can see another cave close by, I think we're going to have to use our last use of our tent. Or we can use one of our food. That's okay. That gives us some energy back, and that is going to allow us to push forward to here. Find a limestone cave. You enter an expansive cave. Countless stalactites hang from its ceiling, some of which are longer than your arm. Water droplets trickle gently from the tips of stalactites onto the rocks and into the pools below. The soothing tinkling sound they make as they land leaves you feeling calm and relaxed. The rock formations must be thousands of years old, dating back to before the first traces of people on this island. It makes you happy to think that anything can endure for so long. You, too, are here to achieve something that will outlast you. Something people will talk about for years to come. Okay, I get some sanity back, that's useful. Let's just get climbing so we can get our bearings again, because it's a little hard to see where we are going at the moment. Where's the beacon? It's over there. If we climb up here, that'd be good. If we could find a cave and save one more use of our tent, that'd be wonderful. Is there a cave nearby? I don't see a cave nearby, which is a little unfortunate. We'll head to here, because that's an event which we should be able to deal with without too much issue. As you walk past the massive crevasse, you hear faint cries for help. Looking into the depths, you can identify an unfortunate mountaineer at the bottom of the chasm. We'll climb down to save him. Hopefully there's no issue. Carefully you slam down the crevasse. Shortly before reaching the bottom, you slip and land next to the unfortunate mountaineer. With great effort, you manage to save him. His gratitude is beyond words. Oh, our energy is now actually officially out. So we're going to sleep in place, but this will be the last use of our tent. But it's going to be worth it. We're going to definitely need it to get out of here safely. Hopefully that mountaineer will come back with some useful things for us. I'm going to head down here to this place because it might... I know we're going through a couple of bad events to get there, as in some boulders. As you pick your way through some boulders on the edge of a precipice, you notice an indigenous man below you, waving his arms frantically. He's trying to tell you to hurry. Many of the rocks here are loose and in danger of plummeting into the depths. I'm going to move carefully because I trust the man. He gives you a thumbs up. Whew. It holds. Wonderful. Okay, shrine. We've seen this before. What are we going to get? Warmth or sanity? If we've got enough sanity, I will happily take the warmth. Is there a safer path across to this place? There is. Wonderful. Because we don't know that that location is the end. Okay, we get some sanity back, but also some more experience. I'm not going to say no. Let's go back the way we came. And daybreak should arrive on us pretty soon, although it is going to be cold. If we go this way, that's safer. We haven't even used our sprint here, but that's okay. Can we make it down there safely? Yes, we can. Let's make it. Let's go straight there. I don't know if we're going to have to go back the other way, but this is the way it sent us for the time being. Whether it's the end of this little side mission, I'm not entirely sure. We shall have to see. New ally. You spy a tent beyond some rocky peaks. It looks like it's in good shape. You slowly creep up on it and look inside. You see a stranger wrapped up in a sleeping bag. Next to him is a clipboard containing notes on radiation levels. This must be the scientist. You cough quietly and the stranger invites you in. Without beating about the bush, you tell him about the time loop and your adventures. To your surprise, he lets you finish talking and doesn't call you crazy when you ask if he wants to come with you. When you mention this notebook seems to say something about electromagnetic nodes, he gives you a knowing look, a knowing smile. Just as he's about to leave, you hear a shrill siren, the green stone in your charm starts to vibrate, and glaring light swallows both of you. Ooh, pretty lights. Success. Scientists on a mission. Wonderful. Yeah, that was actually a little bit of a tough one because we had a little bit of issues there with kind of sanity, with heat, and of course energy always seems to be a big issue. But that's okay. We're starting to level up some things here, which is good. Not quite, but we're getting close at least. Getting some terrain proficiency. So yes, we get some new stuff unlocked. Wonderful. So we get our capacity up. We unlock a bunch of new items. Some more environment knowledge and event knowledge. Wonderful. So now we have the scientist back here. What does that do for us? How can this be? Just seconds ago you were still on the mountain and now you're standing back in this strange station. The mysterious stranger is here too, as though she was waiting for you. The stone brings the stone brings you back here as soon as you hear the siren and time resets. I think it just returns to the place of origin. You should know that we're in a former research station where experiments with gamma radiation was conducted. I really can't speak today, I apologise. Apparently they wanted to create a gigantic electromagnetic force field. The entire island was essentially a restricted area. Hardly everyone knew it existed. But something went wrong, some sort of breakdown. The electromagnetic radiation that was released caused countless anomalies throughout the mountain range. Ultimately, they must have triggered the time loop. Time only moves normally in the station, maybe because the location where the anomalies originated. I don't know. Anyway, I found the glowing stone in the room next door. It's all that remains of the experiments. I'm afraid I can't offer you a better explanation. Many things are just as incomprehensible to me as they are to you. But there's one thing I figured out. The stone responds to the radiation. We wouldn't succeed without it. Please continue with your preparations so we can eventually get out of here. By the way, I think it's wonderful that you brought reinforcements, and a real expert too. I'm sure we'll learn a lot from each other by working together. We need to become a real team. Okay. So we've completed the scientist mission there. We probably want to find the journalist. The environment is cold. There's a bunch of different things that we can do here. I think probably finding the journalist is the best way forward. Might do a side mission here as well to get some more rewards. Presumably we can now actually switch over to the scientist as well. But I wonder how the scientist is different. Okay, so the adventure was like a night owl, time reduced and oxygen stuff. Whereas the scientist kind of works more on sanity, their base stats. Ooh, that's interesting. Increase the camera zoom into next movement. We can get active skill analysis. Spend some time to gain experience. Mad Genius. Spend sanity to gain a temporary buff of your choice. Adrenaline. That's interesting. It's a different way forward. I think we'll take Comfort of Home here. And also Always Prepared. I think we'll probably use the Scientist next time. Potentially. The Adventurer has a bit more skill that we can use now as well. Thrill Seeker gains sanity when you're in the Death Zone. I'm actually going to take that because that feels quite useful in the right circumstances. We'll have to plan our next move. Team upgrades we can do something with. Well, we can. Oh, this is what the event and environment knowledge is. Wonderful. So night resistance, Death Zone resistance, cold weather resistance, and storm resistance. So we can increase this. What do we want to focus on? I'm going to say we're going to focus on a little bit of cold weather resistance. And also Death Zone resistance as well. Just get a slight reduction in the losses there. Okay, and in terms of event knowledge, what do we tend to focus on energy a lot, so I'm going to massively increase our and kind of reduction in energy loss, because we use a lot of energy during events, so I think that's the right thing to be doing. Still haven't found the journalist. Yep, that's okay. I think we will find them next time. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. More of this to come very, very soon indeed. For now, take care. See you soon. Bye bye.